Here are the top 2 skills that you need to be a high ticket closer. The first skill is listening, the ability to listen. Man, listening is such a thing that many people don't really do properly. Most conversations go like this: one person speaking, the other person waiting for an opportunity to respond and thinking about what they're going to respond. They're not actually listening, they're just sort of trading ideas. That's pretty much it. It's very rare for people to listen to each other. So there's this term, holding space, which means that you're listening from a place without actually thinking about what you're going to respond. You're just creating an opportunity for somebody to speak. When I was studying coaching many years ago, I learned about the lamppost theory, which is basically people would pay money just to a lamppost because a lamppost is not going to say anything. It's just going to stay there. And being able to have that conversation, not really a conversation, you're speaking, but somebody's not responding. They're just holding that space for you is so rare. That in and of itself is valuable. And what I love about listening is that it enables people in a space to open up and to start to share things, ideas, feelings, stuff that normally they wouldn't share or do not share with most people. And so when you're in that high ticket sales conversation, first off, it's a consultative conversation. So it's not just, hey, let me just tell you all the features and benefits. No, let me listen to you, because I always say, be a solution provider, a problem finder, solution provider, but don't be a product pusher, meaning that every time you're in a high ticket sales conversation around coaching or consulting or whatever it is, it's like, tell me your problems. Tell me what it is that you're looking to accomplish. Asking all these questions, which we'll get to secondly, right? We'll get to in a second here, but listening to the answers. Listening without, again, thinking what I'm going to say in response, but actually being present is such a huge skill. In fact, I think one of the reasons why I'm so good at it is because I've been practicing meditation for over 25 years. So if you're looking for a way to improve your ability to be present with another human being, sit down in a comfortable place, clear your mind, use an app, whatever it is, but spend some time just being present with yourself first. If you can't be present with yourself, you can't be present with others. And if people can sense that you're not exactly present, they're not going to open up to you and you're not going to get the sale, right? And plus, you're not going to serve the person. So, number 1 skill, learn how to listen. The second skill that you absolutely need in order to be a high ticket closer is the ability to ask questions, powerful questions. Now, questions are like, think of a quiver and arrows in a quiver. Your question, each question is an arrow in that quiver. And you're just pointing it at the person and just like you're piercing their heart, right? Piercing their mind. You're getting through to them. It's effective communication, which is interesting because a lot of people, when they start off in sales, like the common tendency is just to say stuff and tell people, oh, our product is great and our service is this and da 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 da. It's all BS. You know somebody who's really good because they're not telling them, they're asking questions. Tell me what is the challenge? What is the problem? What do you want? What are you looking for? What happens if nothing changes? What did you do last month? What did you do? There's so many questions and we can get into a whole other trading another time. But when it comes to, for instance, the discovery process, which is really the first part of the call where you're really just discovering what is this person's problem, the 3 things that we really want to accomplish in that question asking phase is, number 1, gathering info. So there's info gathering questions. Like, I'm just trying to understand. Help me understand. What is it that you want? What are you looking for? Are we even a fit? Should I point you in another direction? Should I end the call now? We're just trying to gather information is number 1. Now, number 2 is get into a place of emotion, right? Because I don't care if you're B2C or B2B, whatever you're selling, people don't take action unless there's some motivation there. Even the most analytical person in the world, they're running the numbers, but when it comes time to actually take action and make the payment, it's because there's this motivated conviction, this feeling of certainty from all of the math, right? So we want to get people out of their head into a place of certainty and emotion. So that's the second piece, that we're asking these questions that penetrate. So there's almost like, if you really want to boil it down, there's these 2 questions, two types of questions. One is info gathering questions and the other is penetrating questions. So what I like to do is I ask all these questions, perimeter questions, just to really understand exactly what's happening. And when I feel like I know exactly what's going on, then I'm going to start to ask deeper questions. And there's a whole process to do that. I might ask for permission. I might just come out and ask it and catch the person off guard. It's a higher level strategy. We can get to it later. But the main thing is you want to get the information. And once you feel like you have some information, it's time to really penetrate and get through and to the person. That's when we start asking a little bit deeper questions, those penetrating questions. So we're penetrating, we're getting the emotion, we're also unlocking urgency. So those are the three things that we want to get to in our question asking phase is information, emotion, and urgency, because if there's no urgency, why would the person buy in the first place? So all this to say that if you just worked on your ability to listen, to really be present and listen to somebody, what they're saying, that's huge. And if you can combine it with the ability to ask powerful questions, I mean, this is what made Oprah famous, right? The ability to interview people, ask questions, be present. This is so powerful, I can't even describe it, but those are the two things that you really want to work on to be effective as a closer and as a sales leader. Hope that's helpful.